Today we are going over the Tamiami Trail and we are doing an airboat.
After breakfast we left the hotel and drove on the Tamiami Trail, the oldest road in the state of Florida. It connects Miami and Tampa on the west coast of Florida. You drive on the border of the Everglades National Park. Along this long straight road you will find airboat rides, the Shark Valley tram tour and a scenic route, and we will plan all this today. But we will start with the airboat tour.
You guys ready to go?
Yeah!
Out here in the Everglades, you may be able to find the American alligators, which is what you saw at the beginning, as well as the American crocodiles. And by the way, this is the only place in the entire world where the gators and the crocodiles coexist in the same environment. That's a male alligator. So every time you see a large alligator with a wound that's wounded, that's a male alligator. They fight constantly. Sometimes you know what they're looking for. There is another interesting fact about that bird. Is that that bird used to be really expensive way back in the day. It used to cost a lot of money. Why? Because the feathers were valued to up to twice as much as gold. Way back in the early 1920s because of the fashion design. I'll give you an example. Everybody here remembers the movie Titanic, right? You guys remember the ladies with the ugly, ridiculous hats? Well, the feathers from the hats came from that bird.
still able to have them for educational purposes. That's how I have them here. But the other snake that's out here in the Everglades now that is a much bigger menace. So I got 3 alligators in here that are 14 years old, okay? This one right here, this is Rocky Balboa. Alright? Their main diet out here is fish, birds, and turtles. Luckily, we are not part of the menu. You see, alligators are born with a natural fear of us.
There were a few incidents with alligators and humans in the past, but investigations showed that it was mainly because the alligators were fed by humans before the accident. So the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission decided all the alligators that are in captivity must remain in captivity, and it is forbidden to feed the wild alligators. There is a fine of $500. Because wild alligators has a natural fear of people until they are fed. When fed, they associate humans with food.
So after this amazing boat tour, we are hungry, a little bit hungry, and before we go to the tram tour, this is a tram tour that goes into the Everglades again. You can do that by tram or by bicycle. I think it's a little bit too hot to do it by bicycle, so we're doing a tram tour, and our tickets are for 1 o'clock, so we have a little bit of spare in time, and we're going to eat something very small here in the restaurant. Yeah, this was fun to do.
There is a baby alligator here. Look!
We are here in the waiting line, and it's a long line. So it's now just 5 minutes. My kids and my wife just running to the tram tour so they can do the tram tour on time. And then I can just walk. The parking lot is full, so no way we can make it on time. Be here on time. That's a big tip. I hope they will make it and they can do it. Hello, I have this from yesterday. Is that okay?
Yes, it is. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I can drive through because I have the parking ticket from yesterday. They were so kind to put us on the next tram, but not at 3 o'clock, but at 2 o'clock, just 1 hour later. So that's okay. That's very good. So we all can enjoy this tram tour, and you can also walk a little bit, but it's far to the observation deck. The tram tour is taking 2 hours. So to do that by foot, it will take a long time, but you can rent bike. It will be fun, I guess. A lot of information, I hope. So book it from at home best, because I heard that all the tram tours are full booked. If you know what kind of hour you will be here, but make sure that you have more space of time.
This is real, by the way. Has anybody seen, if you've seen alligators, you might have seen that they have these bumpy things on their backs, scales on their backs and their tail. It's this. It's bone. It's bone underneath the skin. It's called osteoderm, also known as scutes. And this is one scoot right here, and this is a real scoot. I'll pass it around. You can have a look at it.
How does it feel?
The alligator
Weird.
and the crocodile.
Weird.
Yeah, soft and hard at the same time.
All right, so this is a Burmese python. This is a real Burmese python skin. Hatched from the egg, they're only 4 or 5 inches long. They have those yellow stripes. They're very vulnerable. They're at the bottom of the food chain.
We are in the tram tour.
And the tram tour?
Tram tour and the tram. We are in a tram tour.
We are going on a tram.
We are going on a tram tour. We are going on a tram tour.
Good information.
Good information.
Is it alligator poop?
Oh, okay. You're crazy. Come on. I have a lot of them.
Yep, just walk away from me.
So if you are passing the Tamiami Trail, if you're doing the Tamiami Trail, this is definitely a stop you have to take. Shark Valley, there are rangers that are explaining things that are the difference between crocodiles and alligators. You can take the tram tour. If it's too expensive for you, you can hire a bike. If it's still too expensive, you can hike. It's a long hike, but you can do small hikes and then go inside. So that's also possible. But you have to stop here. It's not a big center. It's not a big center, but it has a lot of vibe. It has a lot of information. So if you are not going inside the Everglades on Flamingo and Ernest Co Visitor Center and you're just doing this Tamiami Trail, this is definitely a stop you have to take. Now we are going to drive further to Tampa, and we are staying at Fort Myers, but we are going to do a scenic route. So along the Tamiami Trail you have a point where there's a scenic route, and then you go off the big road, a little bit off-road, and then there's a small hike that we can do. So that will be the last thing that we do on the Everglades. I will be so sad to leave nature, because then, well, it's not going to leave nature. On Fort Myers we're going to do another nature thing, but it's going to leave the Everglades. If you see the sign Loop Road Educational Center, there on the other side you have the nature trail. What is that?
That was wrong.
Perone Lake. And you have the tree snail hammock trail. You have to look very careful for tree snails, but it says 30 minutes walking. It's only 400 meters, so to walk 30 minutes you have to walk very slowly. But it's very nice. You can see a lot of things. You can see spiders.
Ew, don't want to see. Hey, I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah, here.
Where?
On the bridge.
On the bridge? She saw that. Where did you see that? What is that? Where?
This.
This. Penuela.
It's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. The sign says Panther Country. Panther Country. So you can encounter these panthers. So don't pet them.
I don't think you can.
Normally you will see them more in the late evening or in the night, so no problem. So there are 19 alligators here in this small area. You have to take this scenic route. There were like 3 alligators, a baby alligator. Two babies. So this is really, if you want to see alligators, take this scenic route. This is amazing. There you will see that bird. You see that in the whole Everglades, and you will say that's a bad camouflage for that bird, but that's the ideal camouflage for the fish they want to take. They have very fine legs, so if they are in the water, the fish think that's our grass, and the white body is just as the fish is looking up, they think it's a cloud. So for the fish, it's a perfect camouflage. So that's how they can take the fish very easily. So nature is always perfect. Don't think that nature is not perfect. It's perfect. Room tour. Room tour.
Oh my god.
Wat? Welkom Jurgen. Oh. Welkom Jurgen.
Well, you're welcome here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, wow. Cool, eh? Cool? Cool, 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 cool. Good, 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 good. Salmon with fries. We have the same thing.
Yes.
This is mac and cheese with some chicken on top of it. It's good. Yeah. You have a burger.
Yes.
Burger. And what is this? Sirloin steak, potato, shrimps, and vegetables. You couldn't choose. Okay, bon appetit, eh?
Bon appetit.